Welcome, 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 welcome. Today, I wasn't expecting myself to go live today. Click here for when live for streaming from council, whatever. Okay, so I haven't done a live video in a long time. I think the last time I went live was last year, December, and I was talking about food addiction and all that. And today, I didn't really intend to go live, but due to unforeseeable circumstances, I just decided, you know what, let's just start going live now on this channel. It's been a long time waiting, and I think now is just the best time to do it. Anyway, forget about what's going on in this background because this room is currently going through some construction and all that kind of stuff. So just focus on me, okay? Focus on me in this video. So today we're going to talk about tight hairstyles. This video is a bit different because I'm going to be doing I'm going to be showing you actually some samples of what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a bit more interactive. Obviously, if I have people who do go live with me, and if I don't, cool, you guys can watch it back again. But I'm going to be showing you some people's real life situation and real life cases so we can learn from it, and then you guys know what I am talking about. So we're going to talk about tight hairstyles. Now, when I'm talking about hair, anything hair, I'm not just talking to black people. This could relate to anyone from anywhere, from any race. But because I'm black and I obviously know my people, so you might notice that I'm referring to them a lot, but I'm not. It's just general. And I'm not here to tell you what hairstyles you should do and what hairstyles you should not do. That is up to you. I'm just here to kind of guide you and give you advice so you can, live a healthy, pain-free, stress-free life. Okay? So tight hairstyles among the black community, or other people from other places, there's some particular hairstyles that can be quite tight. A lot of them are cornrows, flat twists, braids, and black women have always done hairstyles that could cause pain. And sometimes the hairstyle is not meant to cause pain, but the person who's actually doing it, her technique could be painful. And also depending on the type of hair you have, like fine hair, it could be painful to weave fine hair with extensions. Okay, so there's some people who claim to have a tender scalp. I don't know whether that's a real thing or not, but some people are sensitive, some people are lightheaded. So in all, it seems like it's become norm for some people to do painful hairstyles, and if the hairstyle is not painful for them, they feel like something ain't right, or the style wasn't done right, it wasn't slicked down right, stuff like that. I'm looking at my phone because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say in this video. Do you know what, to actually make it easier for myself, I think I'm going to use this foam pod in here. I'm going to put the foam pod in here, and that way I'll be able to see what I am talking about with you guys. Okay, so to enjoy your hair, if you want to enjoy your hair, if you want to have luxurious hair, you have to do pain-free hairstyles. And at the same time, enjoying your hair means that once your hair is done, you don't have to worry about it until next wash day. It's not bothering you, it's not a burden to you. It's a beauty asset that was given to you for free, but at the same time you don't have to worry about it every single day. And once it is done and it's set, that is it. All you have to do during the week is maintenance. Okay, now we have hair all over our bodies. Okay, we have hair on our arms, we have legs, we have hair all over our body. So we have hair underneath our arms, we have hair on our legs, we have hair underneath our arms, different parts of our body, and we don't wake up every single day worried about those type of pubic hair every single day. We don't worry about it because we know that it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's how it should be with the hair on your scalp. You shouldn't have to worry about it every single day. Now, my belief is that if you're constantly doing tight hairstyles that are so painful back to back, it is a sign that you are addicted to pain and suffering. Okay, Now, you might say, oh, I don't like to suffer. I don't like to be in pain. But if you truly don't like being in pain, you will not be doing tight hairstyles back to back. Or in general, you would not do a hairstyle that will cause pain to your hair. Or you wouldn't even go to a hairdresser who does hairstyles that cause you pain, to the point that when you get home, you have to then use painkillers to actually, you know, relieve yourself of the pain. I've come across people who would go to the hairdresser, get a particular hairstyle done, and they would have to buy painkillers just to reduce the pain. And they don't see anything wrong with it because that has been norm for so many years in their life that they think it's all right. I was talking to someone in my family who got a hairstyle done, and as soon as she got it done, she came home and she was taking some painkiller tablets. And I was like, if you have to take these painkiller tablets, like, you should stop going to that particular hairdresser. Like, you shouldn't be going to bed with pain. And she was like, no, 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 that's how this hairstyle is, you know, you're going to feel pain, it's obvious, you know, that's just part of it, blah blah blah. And I was just like, no, like, your scalp is crying, your hair strands are crying, you know what I mean? It's not norm. This is not norm. Please, it is not norm for you to get your hair done and to walk out of the hairdresser to be in pain, and you can't go to bed to rest at night. If God has given you a few strands of hair on your head and it wasn't painful when God did that, then why should your hairstyles be painful? Why? It shouldn't be painful. It should be stress free. It should be pain free. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I started doing my own hair myself, because when I do my hair myself, it's never painful. I know, like, how far I can go and how deep I can go. It is not painful. I don't like pain. I don't like pain. I don't like seeing people in pain. I don't like seeing people suffer. I don't like stress, and I don't like people to stress me out. So therefore, it reflects in my hairstyles. I don't do hairstyles that stress me out. I don't do hairstyles that will cause me pain. And I keep it very simple. I think that as Black people, we have all this high expectations of hair, that you care so much about the style but you don't really care about the health. And having a healthy hair journey or a healthy hair is to do pain free hair, pain free hair, stress free hair. All right, now, when you are addicted to pain and suffering, okay, let me tell you how that comes about. So if you're coming from a background in your life where you guys have struggled and struggled and struggled to get where you are, like, everything about your life is struggle to get to where you are going to do hairstyles that you're going to struggle with. And it's not like you actually intentionally pick those hairstyles, but you will see a hairstyle that looks so good and you're going to be like, oh my god, I want to do that hairstyle, without putting it into consideration whether it's going to be healthy and pain free for your hair and your scalp. Okay, when you're addicted to pain and suffering, you don't care about the health of your hair. All you care about is how it's going to look on the outside, how how it's going to be styled, how people are going to say, damn, your hair looks good, damn, how did you do your hair, damn, like, who's your hairdresser, blah blah blah. That is all you care about. Okay, but when you're not addicted to pain and suffering, that is when sorry, I just got lost there. I was thinking, wait, is my microphone on? When you're not addicted to pain and suffering, you would look at a hairstyle and say, that hairstyle looks good, but will I have time to take that down? You know, one of the reasons why I don't do braids, I've done braids in the past, and one of the reasons why I don't do them anymore, I don't have anything against braids. I've seen girls do braids and I absolutely love it for them. But one of the reasons why I just didn't do it anymore was that, first of all, I have fine hair. And I realized that no matter how good a hairdresser is, because I have fine hair and I love chunky braids, it really weighs my hair down to the point that my hair starts to break a lot because the braid is just too heavy. And secondly, to take all that braid down, oh my goodness, that is way too much of my time. I don't like to spend 3 hours taking my hair down I just get bored, and then I get frustrated, and then I'm not careful with it, and then I just blah, 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 and then I ruin my hair, and then I break my hair. Okay, so as much as I like braids, I like it when I see it on people, I love it for them, I just wouldn't do it on myself, because one, it's not healthy for me and my scalp. Two, why do I want to put myself through that labor of sitting down for 3 hours just to take a style down? That's way too much of my time. I could be doing something else, you know? And not only that, then you have to sit on the hairdresser seat for another 2 to 3 hours. And for some of you, depending on how long that hair is, some of you are sitting down for like 6 to 8 hours. It's just way too much. I just think that when you have to sit on the hairdresser's seat for more than 2 hours to do your hair, that is not giving luxury anymore. Like, for someone to be able to do your hair, care for your hair, wash your hair, style your hair, that's luxurious. But for you to sit on that seat and do a style for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, it doesn't feel luxurious anymore. It's starting to feel like labor. And then it's pulling left hair, pulling hair, this, that, taking breaks while doing your hair, looking after the kids while doing your hair, talking to other people while doing your hair. It's no longer feeling luxurious. All right? Now, being addicted to pain and suffering. So I talked about the background being one of them. Some of you in your background, when I mean your background, as in when you're growing up, you guys have been struggling. And so you've got this addiction where whenever you want something, that thing could look so good, but there's a lot of struggle behind that, but you don't see that because you're addicted. So to you, it's like, okay, yeah, that's norm, I can deal with it. Okay, I've seen girls go to hairdressers and they will get braids all the way down to their bob, and I'm just thinking, and when I ask them, you know, how are you gonna take that out, and they're like, oh, they'll just go back to the hairdresser and get the hairdresser to take it out, which obviously costs a lot of money. Then sometimes the hairdresser would charge extremely high amount because she doesn't want to do it neither. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody likes taking their braids down. Simple as that. And so when you are addicted to pain and suffering, it really reflects on the type of hairstyles you do. Not just braids. Some people also do some complicated cornrows. You know, you can really keep cornrows as simple as possible, and then sometimes you can do hairstyles that could be really complicated cornrows. Okay, now am I trying to say that, oh, to have healthy hair you should stay away from high manipulation hairstyles? No, what I am trying to say is try and keep it pain-free as much as possible. Try and keep it pain-free as much as possible. Now I'm going to show you all some videos of what I mean about painful hairstyles and the damage that it can do for you. Okay, now with these videos that I'm going to play, they won't have audio in them because, to be honest with you, I don't really need the audio. I've watched the video so many times, so I can tell you what's really going on, but I'd rather you just focus on the image. Now, some of these videos are from TikTok. So yeah, I'm going to analyze them and I'm going to explain to you what's going on here. Now, if you look at this lady's hairstyle, so first of all, she's obviously got a nice cut done on the sides, really cool style. And now she's got braids going on here. Okay, now if we pay attention to the scalp area, you can see that it is really tight. Okay, it's really tight. Now if you look at the caption of this video, it says my scalp is crying. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is still fresh hairstyle. Maybe I believe it's not longer than, it can't be longer than 3 days, because usually when you do a tight hairstyle that is painful, it takes about maximum 3 days for the pain to go. If you're using painkillers, it should be 2 days. If you're not using painkillers, 3 days. Let's just say 3 days max, right? And now she's touching her scalp, okay? Because after doing this type of hairstyle and you're going through this type of pain, you're going to tell yourself that you're not going to take this hairstyle down until after 2 months. And this is another problem with hairstyles like this. because you've sat on the chair for so long, and because the style was so painful, now you have to now allow your own scalp to suffer from lack of water, because now you don't want to take it down till another 2 to 3 months time, which means your scalp is not even going to get water at all, lack of moisture, which then it's going to cause dry scalp. And then your hair strands are going to be stuck in this style for pretty much a long time. Now look at her. She's there talking about how tight the hair is, but she really loves how it looks. You can tell she loves how the hair looks. She loves the color of the hair. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just too tight. That's the problem. It's so painful. Now, me looking at that, I can feel the pain through that screen. And to be honest with you, the pain is even more worrying to me than how good the style is. It's so worrying. And you need to stand up for your hair in a way that if a style is too tight from one braid, if one braid is too tight, let your hairdresser know that this is too tight. Please, can you reduce it? And I think a lot of times the reason why it's constantly tight like that is because one of the reasons why it's constantly tight is because people have this image that it needs to be slicked down, slayed down. And I don't know why we think that if the hairstyle is slicked down and it's straight and it's, you know, it's so slick that it means it's so neat. And that is not true. I don't use what's that stuff called? Edge control gel on my edges. I leave it as rusty as it can get. I'm not doing the whole slick down, slate down, because here's the thing, they weren't born like that. It wasn't born like that. So why am I putting that pressure of slick down, slay down kind of hairstyle? There's no need. There is no need to have that kind of hairstyle. Now, the hairstyle is really nice. I like the color. It really, really suits her. But it's just so tight. It's so tight. And I'm sure it would have cost her some money. Now she's going to endure that pain because the style looks so damn good. Okay, now I'm going to show you another video as well. And the other video, let me just get it here. Ooh, let me just get this opened. That was quick. All right, let's play that again. Now, so her caption is, "You got your hair braided by Africans," which means that what she's trying to say is, if an African person braided your hair, chances are you're going to walk out the hairdresser crying your eyeballs out. Okay, so see, do you see? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm crying for her scalp right now. Do you see how tight that is? That you can even see the dryness of that scalp. You can see the white. You know because I've had this before, where you braid your hair and it's so tight that you can even see those little white things, those little white dryness coming through it, because it's so tight and it's so painful. And look at that. It is so tight. You can't even put that hairstyle in a bun yet. You can't. This reminds me like 12, 13 years ago when I used to do braids. And there was one particular hairdresser. She was really good, but the braids were so tight. And whenever she was, you know, when they do the back and it's tight, you don't really feel it much. Once it gets to like the middle and the front, oh my goodness, every time she was about to finish, I'd be like this, and then she'd be doing the other side, and I'd be like, are we nearly finished? Is it nearly like, I was like a kid on her chair. I was a teenager, but I was behaving like a child on the chair because the braid was just so tight, okay? And I would be crying. I'm like, are we nearly finished? Are we nearly finished? And when I was done, and it was time for me to go home, I would feel so cold inside my body. I would feel really, really cold inside my body. And then after feeling really, really cold inside my body, my head would be like that. Going to bed, I would feel so much pain going to bed. I couldn't even dream properly. Okay, I'm pretty sure I was not dreaming properly. I can see that one person is watching in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, going to bed, I couldn't sleep properly, and it would hurt me so much. And then I would like wake up, and my mom would be like, have you taken painkillers? Have you taken this? Have you taken that? And so this video, it really, really reminds me of that. And look at that, so tight. Oh my God. No, I'm sorry. Like to some of you who do these type of painful hairstyles back to back, I'm telling you, you're addicted to pain. You are getting addicted to pain, and it's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. Your hair should not feel this tight. It should never ever feel this tight. You don't pay hairdressers to give you pain and headaches once you get off that chair. Like, that's not why you pay them. You pay them to style your hair. Going to a hairdresser is luxury. I can tell you that because I do my hair myself, and I cannot tell you how much of a hand workout session it feels doing my own hair. It is a hand workout session doing my own hair, and it could take me a day and a half depending on how tired I am, depending on what's going on in my life, depending on what's happening on the weekend. So going to a hairdresser who could really just do it for me within 2 hours is luxury. But if you're going to pay someone and then you walk out and you're walking out with so much pain on your hair, then it's really not luxury anymore. It's not giving luxury, it's giving suffering, because you've paid so much money for this. Okay, so this is her hair, nice braided hair, very neat, very, very neat. But the, oh my God, the front, I am like, I could feel it through my bones. I could feel it through my bones. Oh, 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 oh. And then I'll show you another one that I saw as well, and that I was just like, boy, how long is it gonna take for you to like, how long will it take? So this is another one, and as you can see, so we started from the beginning. The way I'm looking at this, it's looking like it's got fine hair. Now, can you see how tiny these braids are? I'm just wondering, like, if you had to, is this with her own hair or is that with extensions? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's looking like, is that with her own hair? It's looking like it's with her own hair, because the texture at the end is not looking like extensions. It's really not giving extensions. Actually, it's looking like our own hair. But even if you did your own hair like this, imagine how many hours it's going to take that down. And not only how many hours, but it's so thin. It's so thin that you have to be like, you have to start off like this and look for oils to kind of make it slippery so it can really like unravel. You see, I just feel like when you look at these videos, I feel like as women, sometimes when you focus too much on the style, you give yourself extra work to do that is just unnecessary. Because this would have taken her like 5 hours to do, and then to take it back down is going to take another 5 hours. And I mean, the good part is you don't really have to worry about your hair if it's in this state for pretty much a long time. There's no combing, no brushing. You just put it down, put it in a bun, you know, it's very low maintenance. But taking it out, and God help you if you take this hair out and you're not in the mood to do it, So my advice is, whenever you do hairstyles like this, take them out when you have full energy. Don't take them out when you're not in the mood, when you're in a rush, when you can't be bothered. It's better for you to leave that hair in longer than to take it out so soon in a very rough way, and you're not handling it with care and with love. So take it out when you have energy, take it out when you're in the mood, take it out uh when you've got time, when you're enjoying, the process, because it really takes a lot of time. So, it's nice that she can do that with her own hair. I think it's really with her hair. It's not with extensions, this one. Very neat. Again, it goes back to that slick down, slay down. I don't know where this mindset came from, where we have to make the hair look so slick, so straight, so, we have to make sure that the boxes is right and the measurement for each box is right. It's just too much pressure. Because here's the thing, nobody cares. Nobody cares how I think I've got someone in the background there making noise. Nobody cares how neat it is. So, oh boy, hope this isn't gonna fall off. Nobody cares about how neat it is. Nobody even cares about your hair, to be honest. But presentation, your hair, how you present your hair matters. People will judge based on that. But this extra pressure of it being slicked down, slayed down, we need to stop putting that pressure on ourselves. Okay, so doing hairstyles that will cost you pain is because, one, you're addicted to pain and suffering. Two, you care too much about the style than the health of your hair. Okay, it's just like with nutrition. All right, when you're addicted to food, when you love food, chances are they are processed foods, they're carbohydrates. Because nobody's addicted to vegetables. I don't know anyone who's been addicted to vegetables. We've been telling people to eat vegetables for such a long time that nobody is addicted to vegetables. So when you are addicted to carbs and processed foods, when you see a food out that looks good on paper, looks good on the advertisement, looks good in the way it's presented, you eat that, but you don't care about the fact that, oh, my body could be lacking vitamin C, so I need to take some orange juice, or my body could be lacking some vitamin K, so I need to add some green vegetables. You don't care about that, because all you care about is how it tastes and how it looks, right? And usually the way they present processed foods, it looks really, really enticing. So it's the same thing with your hair. When you are doing hairstyles that are painful, it's because you're not considering the health of your hair. You're not considering whether this is suitable for your scalp, whether it's suitable for your hair type. So let me give you the signs on how to know whether you're addicted to pain and suffering. Okay, so one of them is that you normalize doing painful hairstyles back to back, back to back, back to back. I know people who do braids back to back, back to back, back to back. And sometimes their hair is just not in the best condition, and I know why. It's the taking it down part. It's not even the getting it done part, it's the taking it down part that's causing the problem. But if you, again, are doing it at the right time, doing it when you have energy, then it shouldn't be much of a problem. The next one is your brushing technique. Some of you brush this hair too much, too harshly, to the point that you can even hear the sounds. I know somebody who's always brushing their edges. I'm just like, oh my God, stop brushing those edges, please, please. They're tiny hairs. They're tiny hairs. Just leave them alone. And the person's always brushing the edges. I'm like, what are you trying to achieve? Leave them alone. Do we brush the hair underneath our arms? We don't. Just leave them alone. Another one would be that you can't relax when taking down your hair. You're always in a rush and you're always in a hurry. You like to take your hair out when you're on the go, instead of you to sit down, to chill, take a drink, put on a movie, play some music, and just look at it as a therapeutic session to take the hair down. But obviously you can't look at it as a therapeutic session if it's going to take you 3 to 4 hours, or if it's going to be like this one over here on the screen that is probably, I don't know, this is If I was a hairdresser and someone came to me and say, Dammy, I want you to take this hairstyle down, I am going to charge you, first of all, I'm going to charge you a straight up £200. £200, even in my opinion, is a bit too cheap. But from the get-go, £200, because this, to take this down, to me, is a waste of my time. Another one would be you're not concerned, or you have no knowledge in the hair products that you use. So those are one of the signs that you're addicted to pain and suffering. In relation to hair, you're not concerned about the type of products you're using, what they do on your hair, what's in the ingredients. You just use anything, especially if you see it cheap or on sale or it looks good. Remember, when you're addicted to pain and suffering, the catch here is that the things will always look good on the outside, but the maintenance is the struggling part. And on a subconscious level, you know, but because you're addicted to pain and suffering, you don't mind enduring that for the meantime. Okay, so that's how it is. So that's really it for this video. I just felt like it was best to let you all know that if you are constantly doing painful hairstyles back to back, it's a sign that you're addicted to pain and suffering. I just think that you need to put the health of your hair into consideration. You should not be going to bed with painful hairstyles. It's not luxurious. It's giving suffering. Okay, going to bed with painful hairstyles, taking painkillers, you know, it's giving suffering, it's giving struggle. It's just not it. All right, so that is it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.